and that we can only provide guidance with your personal vision, content creation, providing a platform, marketing. And so, that's generally what you're going to get from us. So like, obviously we don't have any money to give you.
That's fine. Don't worry about that. That's fine.
This is kind of supposed to be kind of a give and take.
That's
we have
exactly
some talents as a group, and
Yep.
we kind of want to build it that way.
Cool.
Before I get into the next part, you have anything you want to add? Any questions?
Not at the moment. So far, so good. Everything's going well so far. So let's just keep on trekking.
So this is the featured checklist here. This is all the different kinds of things that we need in order to properly market the different things that you're going to be creating, and so on and so forth. And it gives us a good idea of where to place you and how your relationship with us will be affected. So It's like, where should we put your content? Does your content line up completely with what it is we're attempting to do, so on and so forth? And maybe in some other ways we could help you in other ways, but it might not translate into something that we would brand ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of get a good idea of like what it is you're attempting to do, and so on and so forth.
Okay, well, I mean, like, my main goal in life is to branch out into the comedy game. I do stand up and I do improv comedy. In addition to that, I also record podcasts, one of which is a gaming podcast with one of my buddies. Another is a 2-man fantasy football league, which just concluded. And I was the champion this year, so I'm doing pretty well.
Two-man
fantasy football league, and the loser has to buy the winner a steak, so it's going real well. Whatchamacallit. But I mean, I stream. I have like all the necessary qualifications to stream, I guess, on through my Xbox. The only thing I don't really know is how to essentially like set up the Twitch page to like give it a nice layout.
Mm-hmm.
But I have I can stream, off my Wii U, off my Xbox, PC, whatever. So that's another thing I do. I don't know what else was there. What else was part of this question? I review. I can make reviews and stuff. I'm always good for like writing reviews, and I play like a ton of games from everywhere from like the big titles. Like I was just playing Overwatch, which I can't get enough of, and they just added a new map today, so that's super hype. To like weird indie titles, like I've been playing this game called Hue, which is a side-scrolling platformer based on the color spectrum. So I have a wide interest in games, and I'm always willing to play new things, to do new things, and like through like the streaming and whatnot, and writing and recording, I hope to like kind of build an audience to not only like shared interest with video games, but to also kind of be a face and congenial enough to like talk to people and just kind of keep conversation going and have a good time,
Yeah.
Cool, Joe. Let me see if there's anything in the checklist that you could answer now. No, you kind of hit it on the nail. And then we can have a conversation later on. Typically, me and Alvin will do those conversations to where basically we're going to be coaching and kind of talking about the different things that we can help you create. I mean, It's way easier to have a team of 3 than it is a team of 1 who's doing all the production, so on and so forth.
Yeah,
so
right, for sure.
I think we have an idea of what you're going for. Right now, you're going to dabble until you find something that sticks, and then when you find something that sticks, you're going to roll with it. Hopefully, it can turn into something that you can launch pad, whatever it is.
Exactly.
So that sounds about what it kind of goes down to. So now we'll just go into some of the feature rules. Now, keep in mind, this is our first rough draft of like what it is we're doing. Seeing how you're Alvin's friend, please don't be afraid to say, hey, look, I think this is a little too hectic. It's a little too much, and so on and so forth. Specifically, number 5, we're definitely willing to work with it. It's just the number that felt right to us at the beginning. And keep in mind that, like this is just, I'll let you get there. If you wouldn't mind reading those real quick. I should have started.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, I mean, 1 is pretty self-explanatory. Two overlay created, perfect. Honestly, that's one of the things I would like to have. So an overlay would be cool. I have no problem using yours. No lingerie or nudity. That's, I mean, a little upsetting. I was hoping to hang down on a couple of these streams, but what are you gonna do?
Mikey's broken that rule.
We will own any content created on our medium. That's fine. I really don't mind that. The podcast is like the gaming podcast I do though. That's not really mine. I'm on.
Right.
I host it with a friend. So that, whatever. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess. But the donations also fine. 75-25. I mean, if you're bringing viewers in and you're helping get the subscribers, then it's well deserved.
Right. And so you went through it. Okay, cool. Great. So the idea is, and like, obviously you're not going to permanently stream with our medium. It's supposed to be kind of like, hey, we have this large Instagram audience. I don't know if you follow us on Instagram, but
I'm not sure if I do, but I will have to.
Alvin set us up with, this whole social marketing situation to where we basically retweeted, that's the easiest way to explain it, memes and so on and so forth. And we built a pool of around 10,000 people who regularly listen to our stuff, watch our stuff, so on and so forth. And so we're starting to build this platform. We have a clear idea of like how to reach people. And now we just need to kind of reach out and start creating the content, so on and so forth. So the idea is we have access to that. We know how to advertise your things. We know how to get you exposure. We get a ton of it. Now we haven't started really building our brand. So there's that. Okay. So honestly, when we do the Twitch thing, you probably won't see too much there. Where you're going to see the benefits is, the reach that Alvin is going to get you with his social media schemes and so on and so forth. Shouldn't call them schemes, strategies.
Right.
Strategies is a better word.
Yeah.
It is the word. So that's the general idea. That's where I think the benefit's going to come. And then when you start building your own brand, it'll just kind of be like a relationship that could definitely change. Because if you start bringing more than what we offer, obviously the 75-25 split's not reasonable, and we would then change it.
Right. Yeah. Like for example, like in terms of you getting the idea of what type of reach we're looking to bring you, and like get things spewing in your mind for after the meeting too. Like we want to give you the opportunity to do whatever you want to do, whether it's live or recorded, and then we show it later, and then promote it to the same way we promote our own content. So whether it was mixed in with our content, whether we were streaming something and then we showed your shit while we were streaming, or it was just strictly us promoting that shit. But we want to start doing it that way and promote it the way we do. And our most recent, some numbers we most recently produced on Facebook. So we would, and this is how I want to start implementing some of the content for people like you and showing people like you off. Because last time I did it, I did also like run like some ads intermittently. But our last we did these polls, and it's been an enormous amount of traffic to the point that each one is reaching about 65,000 people.
That's good, yeah. I remember seeing something about that on Snapchat.
Yeah, reaching 65,000 people, and then like thousands of likes each one, like between 1,000 and 3,000 interactions, and then there's the comments on top of that and shit like that. So getting you, when we do things like that, having you as content, or other streamers as we gain them too, as people that we plug in during those audiences, because at times there was 80 people watching us live.
Yeah, right.
So that's a great time to plug in somebody else's content and get them out and say that, hey, you can find them again here, on our stuff, you can find them again here on their stuff, and really get your name going and get people to expect that, and like, oh, there's something special coming. So that's that
would be great.
Yeah. So, cool. Sorry, Lance, you want to keep going?
Also, I was looking through this list, and I'm seeing on Getting Started, Hearthstone is a necessity.
It's not a necessity. That was actually we like the reason that no nudity or lingerie was there first is because the first person who hit us up to be featured was this Russian girl. Her name's Jill.
Okay.
We had a meeting with her, and like she's like a model, and so she'd had some really scandalous pictures on her thing.
Understandable. Well, that's like a big problem with like YouTube gaming and whatnot, and like Twitch and stuff, is that a lot of the top streamers are just chicks who
have tits.
have tits.
they like get you though. Like I like last week, you know, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. You know, I was on Twitch, and then like I was talking to Alvin because we were playing games together, and I was like, I can't believe I clicked on it, man. I usually don't fall for clickbait. And I was like,
Clickbait.
dude, for real. And he's like, all right, let me see him. So I'm like, you know, sending the link. You know, he's like, yeah, those are pretty scandalous. I'm like, yeah. I clicked. She was like the 40th one down, and I was like, I can't believe I'm about to click on this picture. But, and it was crazy the kinds of jokes too, because all people kept talking about was cows, and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty raunchy.
Well, if you
But
want to think about the other side of the spectrum, just to interject, I was recently like going through some people's streams to find some interesting content for us, and found some funny guys and whatnot. And then this girl popped up in the stream that I wasn't seeing a lot of girls in. And I'm like, all right, let's check her out, see what she's doing. And she was really pretty, but she was just sitting there and very quietly gaming. And there was like 15 people in the chat, not saying a word.
I know what they were doing.
Not saying a word. I'm like waiting because I'm like gonna view it to like see if anybody says anything. I don't want to be the person. I'm like, okay, was somebody gonna say something? You guys have been sitting here for a while. I saw it had some views. No one says anything. She doesn't say anything. She just looks there pretty. Like I don't even know if she's doing good at the game.
Did she not have like a camera to the game? It's just like
there's a camera on the game. She just had no emotion. She was not reacting to anything that was happening in the game. Like not even like an upset or an I'm happy. Like her face was just like I've been sedated.
She's someone's ghost playing for her, man.
Yeah, it was.
She got ghost player.
Yeah, well, maybe it was just the people being quiet was the creepiest part. It's like, no, we can't use her as talent, even though she's got this really creepy audience. It doesn't say anything, but will show up.
So there's that.
Sorry.
So that's no, it's cool. I like the stories. So essentially, getting started was something specifically for her. You know, you've already mentioned that you have all the things necessary to stream. Mm-hmm. So I mean, obviously, I don't need to explain any of that other stuff. Outside of this, if you scroll further up and you highlight, the feature checklist and just fill that out for us, mm-hmm. We'll have a discussion as a group as far as what we can do in that concern. And then other than that, it would just be, hey, do you have any ideas of any overlays that you would like? Some of the ones that we currently have, I'll go ahead and share my screen. And I know you're new to Google Hangouts, so if you click my face at the bottom where it says Lance, you click it, it'll freeze that screen on the big one so you can see what I'm doing.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
So let's see, where's our content? Yeah, like here's some things. We don't use this one anymore. Alvin just changed it. Stream setup probably. So this is one of our ads. You can't hear it, but it's something Alvin created.
Oh, I like that.
So there's that.
Okay, now I recognize the logo from the Instagram.
Let me leave, please. There. Mikey Mage image. This is something else Alvin made. Just give you
on the stream.
It does.
Go to stream setup.
Well, then I'd have to open XSplit, and that's kind of difficult because it's not that difficult, but no, this is fine. And then I can just go through and show him a little bit of stuff. Alvin also made this graphic. Let's see, what else did he make? He made this for me. This is my overlay.
Oh, it's a little bit more the new tournament's been out.
I'll look at it in a second. My daughter's doing crazy things. Get down.
That's a pretty cool overlay.
Obviously my alias is the Infinite. You kind of.
The thing I want to say really quick, when you're gonna make an overlay, don't hesitate to make it personal. Yeah, we want to make it business related, but at the same time, we do want you to have like your own flair. At the same time, your overlay. So any type of suggestions, I make overlays. Alvin's made most of them. He's probably better at it at the current moment in time right now.
Probably.
Any type of suggestions.
What do you use to make them?
I'll either use Illustrator / Photoshop if it's just still. Or for that one that you saw all the crazy shit happening, I'll use After Effects, and it's really just a video file that
Or
run on an infinite loop. So I'll
this cool
create it in
thing.
a way that it just keeps going.
This is pretty cool. He made the Earth and the clouds spin and stuff. Yeah, so Alvin can do some stuff, man. He can do some stuff. And anything that you want to steal from streamers that you see already, let us know.
I think steal's the incorrect word.
Yeah, steal's not the right word, but I understand what you mean.
Steal is the right word.
If you like
exactly
the
what you're
idea to repurpose it.
Yeah, we're recreating it.
He made this ad as well, so even I'm sure Alvin, seeing how you're his friend, you know, he wouldn't mind making things like this. I think this is real cool. This is probably my favorite one.
There's a really, I'm so mad I can't find the new thing that I made for the tournament.
This is actually something.
Summertime loving in the summer.
Summertime.
Two speeds. You know, you got the slow, and then you got the, you know, I'm going in. I'm going in, baby.
Of course, I watch regular show.
My man, like you already would.
Corbin Dallas there, you know.
Nice.
So, I mean, just anything that you feel like you're looking for, you know, just kind of mention it and so on and so forth. One thing that I'm going to mention, because I know we're actually going to have a relationship, and it's not like the Cura situation, where I'm not sure if she's coming back. We're definitely going to need you to take a few pictures so we can kind of make this still image for our biggest audience, which would be Instagram. It would just make it easier. Like, you can just print screen whatever you're looking at, like at the time, but it's just more easy in this sense to where we already have the image prepared. And if you take a couple, we can just kind of change it. And then I'm thinking about like kind of incorporating game titles in it, you know, and that way people can just see what we're streaming and so on and so forth. Just go through the full list. He also, you know, made the city of Cleveland for
Overwatch
Dave.
Menu. Oh, it's called Overwatch Menu. What the fuck is that bitch?
Yeah, Dan, we're Cleveland fans here.
Hey, that's fine. Like I said, going to school at BGSU and the Nets abandoning me at that time, I became a Cavs fan. So.
You're playing to my heartstrings, Dan.
I got you, man. Here's my Kyrie Irving jersey I got last year for Christmas.
That my man.
It just so happens to be the ones they wore in the championship, but
my man.
Hey Dave, how many times did the Browns lose this year?
Oh,
15.
They should have just gone for the full 16, honestly.
No.
Let's be real here.
You can never wipe that stink off.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not even the best at being the worst. Come on.
What was that on team score? I can't remember.
So
what happened?
we got an over.
I think Alvin's going to show us something. But that's essentially our conversation. The only last thing that I'm going to mention that I listened to in a video today that definitely encompasses how I feel and think, but, you know, he worded it better, which is simply put, you know, I'm not sure what you think you can offer us. You know, I have a good idea of what you plan to offer us, but I also want to ask what you would selfishly want to take from us, from this group, you know, and what kind of value we can bring to you. Number one, this will create a situation that doesn't become a complete given, like just take. We're not trying to take. We're trying to build community.
Right.
Not here to steal from you or anything like that. We're trying to build relationships and, you know.
Right. No, I mean, honestly, the only selfish thing that I would say is I just, you know, trying to get my name out there, honestly, any way I can. And just the fact that this is more so like, you know, the real me, whereas sometimes with stand-up is, I mean, a lot of it is stories, but a lot of it is not necessarily 100% true. Whereas this is like real me. I love fucking playing video games. I love, you know, talking with people. I love hanging out, having a good time, and sharing mutual interests with people. So honestly, just getting my name and face and just my well-being out there is what I'm trying to get out of it.
Right.
Cool.
So, and then I'll do this now because I feel like Alvin's not the greatest at it. I imagine that I'd have something prepared for us to sit down and have a meeting with you relatively soon, within the next 2 to 3 days. And then I kind of wanted to sit down and kind of get a better understanding what it is you're attempting to do.
Okay.
And then we can just kind of have another meeting. Do you know what's a good time for you?
I mean, are you guys all in the Washington area? Or are you on the like East Coast? Like,
No,
what's the time?
everybody else is in Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're
okay,
still
good. So you guys are all on our time, like my time zone too. Pretty much any day after 1 p.m. I work mornings, so at all afternoon and night I'm available.
Okay.
Just if I get like just even the day's notice, I'll know just not to do anything because sometimes things happen organically and I'm not always around. But if I know like either earlier that day or whatever, like in the morning when I'm at work, I'll know not to do anything. So I'm pretty much always available.
Let's go with Thursday then. It's not Friday, so I'm not impeding on your life and stuff. Because like 9 o'clock's like the time I can do. I'm done doing
9
all my
o'clock. That's fine.
my
Yeah.
daddy things, and we usually just get out the shower and like she's ready to go down and stuff like that. So it just lines up with my schedule pretty well.
Yeah.
And
Is there anything you want me to have for Thursday? Like specifically?
Just a good idea of like what it is you're actually your vision. Because
Okay.
what I think I excel at is helping people define what it is they're going for and then how to monetize that, where I see the opportunities in those situations. And then, the rest of my group helps fine-tail in their specific categories. So like Alvin would be like, hey, look, this is what you need to be doing with your social media. These are the kinds of contents that I feel like would be good for your brand, blah, blah, blah. And these are the places I'm going to put them. Mike would go, hey, look, this is your money situation, blah, 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 and kind of do those types of things, and you seem like a pretty cool dude, I stream occasionally. It's slow now, but, I plan to pick up. I play a large range of things, and maybe we can start playing together and all that.
Yes, that's always good too. I mean, if you game on Xbox, I'm like, you can always find me on there. I'm always down to play something.
Oh no, they don't game on Xbox. They're PC people now.
Oh, they're PC elitists.
I don't want to say we're better, but we're better.
I'm not saying we're better.
Listen, if I like, I mean, I have a Mac, so it's good for like all this video and like editing and everything like that. But it fucking sucks for games. If I had the ability to play games on my Mac, I would play a lot of games. Like I can't even install Overwatch on my Mac, and that bothers me because I was in the beta. And they were like, nah, guess not.
You just don't feel like it.
So, yeah. But
right now, the only thing I'm playing on Xbox is Gears of War 4.
Do you like that?
Sucks.
I enjoy the Gears series. It's one of the like grimiest games out there, and it's like it's such a black man's game. Like it's like there's something about it.
Run the Jewels is in this one.
It's just like it's such a black man's game. Like it's so like dirty, to the point where you're kind of like it's like this shit talking game. Like that's like every other game's kind of like, oh yeah, we're having fun. I'm playing Call of Duty, I'm shooting things. My KD, but like Gears of War, you get like fucking upset. Like you start cussing and shit. People break controllers. And it's just like you naturally talk greasy in this game. Like it's guaranteed.
Hey, I understand, man. I understand exactly what you're saying. Like, because everything you're saying about it is just like, I mean, granted, I've never played the Gears series at all, but I always watch like one of my buddies is in love with the Gears series to like the point where he has like COG tattooed on his arm. I watch him play, and I could just see myself like trying to play this game and not having a good time, just being mad at the entire existence of that game, dude.
There's a learning curve for sure, and it's just like I'm really good at not being angry. The only time that I forgot the time. The only time my try hard comes out is when I get spawn trapped. That's the only time I get upset because I'm just so tired of games having such shitty spawn systems.
Overwatch competitive gets me real peeved because there's always one dude who's like, I'm gonna pick Hanjo, and it's never easy. Never once. Oh, you're a Hanzo? God damn it! I'm out. I'm done.
I'm just joking with you. Typically, I play Tracer and supports. Typically,
yeah, I do a lot of supports and Roadhog, or a lot of tanking and supports. But
I don't play the tanking role very well. It's
Oh,
just like
I love
something about it that I can't stand there. I'm like too fucking jittery. I'm like, shit.
no, I understand completely. I move. You got a little visitor. I move around a lot when I tank too, so I constantly think my team hates me because I'm like, if I'm ever Reinhardt and I see someone, I'm like, I'm gonna charge them.
Charge. Yeah. You're like fucking Brandon.
Like,
You know
I don't
Brandon.
care. This
You know
person's
darkness. That's all Brandon does. You know, it's just like, yeah, we're all standing behind the shield. We're all shooting. We're making like we're winning, and then all you hear is "Rah!" And it's fucking Reinhardt run out there, and you're like, Brandon, what are you doing? Hey, I was gonna die. And it's like his shield's up. All 5 members of his team are behind him, and we're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what are you doing?
D.Va's the only tank that I play like smart with. Everyone else, I'm just like balls to the wall.
How's that even possible? I feel like
What?
it should be the opposite. I feel like D.Va, you kind of go like balls to wall.
You do a little bit of everything because you can
Oh.
absorb. Like the best thing about divas is absorbing supers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like seeing a Zarya go, it's to the Tobnesty or whatever the hell she says, and just yanking it, just swallowing it up, and just feeling the sadness
It
in
pisses me
herself.
off. It
I
doesn't
love
make
picking
me
soldiers.
super
Get
angry.
ready for a flurry. Nope, I'm gonna eat that shit. Sorry, sorry, man. Delicious snow robot. Thanks.
That yum yum.
I love it.
All
Also,
right.
I'm a big Zenyatta guy.
I like
Zenyatta's pretty
Zenyatta.
Damn
I saw a
it.
meme that I really liked. You know, it's that terrorist movie with the boats, black dude.
Oh,
I'm the captain
now.
Yeah. They had that, but instead of the black dude, it was Zenyatta, and he was like, "I'm DPS now." I was pretty weak. I'll have my ass up for a while. I didn't save it because I think I did. It's just on my old phone. So
Old phones. I would like a new phone. My phone is almost on its last leg. It might be able to make it to the summer.
Proud of you.
all
Right.
right. So we'll go ahead and let you go because we actually have a normal business meeting. This is like our normal business meeting time.
Okay.
So we'll let you go.
Well, nice meeting all you guys. I'll talk to you guys Thursday.
All right,
All right.
Dan. See you Thursday.
Take it easy. Have a nice night, guys.
All right. See you.
See you, Dan.
All right. Should we transfer?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Okay, we'll transfer. I accepted it already. Damn it! Oh my
Yeah,
god!
I see it.
Why
we
does
got the whole team.
Oh, my thing just kept ringing.
Yeah, mine does that too.
We're all here.
Okay, simple, easy meeting notes. So I talked to Mikey about it because I did. We had a small meeting about the expense worksheet a little bit. And I think that instead of doing what we're doing, number one, it's better for consistency. If we pick 2 permanent days of the week to where we know we're going to have tournaments, and then that's just going to be that. And if there are any adjustments outside of that, there are adjustments outside of that. But I think we need to pick 2 days, one during the weekend, one during the week, where they're permanent tournament days. Hey, Sunday at 3:30 Eastern Time, there's a tournament every Sunday of the month. Easy, consistent, people can prepare for it, they know what it is. We start building what we're supposed to be building, that we seem to be having trouble building, and it solves all the problems. We don't have to think, the schedule's made. How does people feel?
I'm fine with that.
I'm good.
Okay, so what day? Obviously Sunday, late Sunday, so everybody can still have somewhat of a Sunday, and we can still catch all the people and all their good stuff. I'm willing to go later than 3:30 because that kind of eliminates your Sunday a little bit. So we can make adjustments that way, or we could just keep the time that we have now.
I like 3:30.
Alvin, Mikey.
No, 3:30 is early.
Yeah. You can push it back a little. I don't know. I have no problem. I think like evening Sunday would be good. It's like football time.
But then you have dinner with the family.
There's a reason why the Super Bowl is late on that Sunday.
my only issue is that I usually have dinner with my family around that time, and then I gotta travel back here, and then I gotta cook and shit for my meal prep for the week. So just for me personally, Sunday evening is my time to meal prep and have dinner with my family and shit. So
2 hours. That's it.
Yeah, I'm like,
right, but when in 2 hours? Like what time is 2 hours?
Well, we're picking the time. So 3:30 doesn't work for, the majority of your group. So like we can go. It doesn't have to be like late, like 6:30. But they're saying, hey, yeah, I would prefer a little bit more on my Sunday.
9 p.m. I'm sorry. 8.
You're serious, aren't you? Okay, I shouldn't have laughed.
Yeah.
I thought you were being sarcastic.
oh, you could do
No.
like, does 7 give you enough time, Dave?
I could do 7:30. I could do 8.
7:30, 7:30,
I
8.
used to, yeah, I can do that.
Those are good times.
Yeah.
7:30. We'll do 7:30.
7:30.
You wanted? I thought Dave said 7:38.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up.
he did.
I'll
So
come over there.
during the week, all right. What day are we going during the week?
I have class Monday and Thursday this semester. So
How about Wednesdays? Wednesdays sounds like a good day to me.
I can do Wednesdays.
That's fine.
Yeah, sounds fine.
And then 8:30, because obviously that's when we've been running them anyway. Dapper?
You make, like, what about 8 or 7:30?
Yeah, let's go 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be home. Like I'll just be getting home, feeding my daughter. And typically I'm hosting all the events. So like right now, I literally couldn't host the event. I would come late to every single Wednesday event. If we're okay with that, then sure. When my wife gets back, I won't have any problems with 7:30. But right now, I definitely can't do it.
I don't know anybody.
What time can you?
What's that?
What time can you make it?
Usually I am like just coming to our meeting at 9. I probably could do 8:30. I would rush my family. Obviously, my daughter. We'd come home, we'd eat, we'd shower. I'd get ready for the event.
She's 2. How much of a routine can she be in?
I mean, I get home at like 6:30 though, because I have to go pick her up from the daycare, and then I have to drive home, which is like a 15-20 minute drive.
8:30 then, and rush her ass.
All right, 8:30. 8:30. You guys will have to bear with me, but sure, cool, we'll do that. So I'll go ahead and write that there. We have Sunday at 7:30? No, it was 8:30, right? On Sunday?
Sunday, 7:30.
7:30. And then Wednesday, oh my mail-in, man, you're killing me, is 8:30 for now. I'll be back.
Give her a horse tranquilizer.
Ew,
Oh.
dart that baby.
All right, I'll be back.
You don't have to shoot her with it. You can just like jab her with it.
You just have to shoot her with it. It's jabber.
Hey man, that's my goddaughter you're talking about.
It's not your goddaughter, Dave.
Fuck you, Alvin.
Don't you dare put my goddaughter's mouth words, name,
Dave, you realize later in life,
subject
you
in
go,
your mouth.
Daddy, why is my godfather white?
That's not it's a godfather.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And then then he's gonna have to
That's like if the concept of the movie The Godfather, if like somebody was like from Cyprus and everybody else is from Italy, and they were like, well, why is my godfather from Italy and slightly less tan? Like, no, he's still the godfather.
Kids of this generation are
Yeah, exactly. No.
Like, she could grow up to have serious psychological issues because of Dave.
Why?
I mean, I agree with that part.
What?
Which meaning if you're her godfather, that means you might have to be around her more often than necessary.
Yeah, which would just
That's jeopardizing the child's future.
She wouldn't have a firm grasp of sports, Dave.
What the fuck are you talking about? We're Cavs fans here. We're winners.
She'd think that the Cavs
She
would go,
wouldn't have a firm grasp of sports, Dave. And that's a big problem to me.
Listen, they're probably not even going to live in Ohio here in the next couple months.
It's like do you really want young Malin growing up and thinking that it's okay to lose the championship every year?
We won.
Okay? Oh, we won 1 year, and then we're not going to win for another 50 years.
We're
You
going
want
back to
Malin to
back.
be okay with that type of
We're going back to back.
So she gets her. This is Malin when she gets her first job because she listened to Dave's sports theory. They pay her 10 cents an hour, and she's like, "Oh, that's fine. That's fine because the first week they paid me $500 an hour, and now they pay me 10 cents. It'll come back around."
Your daughter likes me more than him.
No, she doesn't. Dave, have you seen the faces that she
Yes,
makes
she
around
does.
you? It's like she's had sour grapes in her mouth.
No,
Sour grapes.
she likes me more. I'm good with children. I'm a teacher.
I'm good with children. I've
I
been a
would
tutor
raise
and a
that
camp
child right.
counselor for over 5 years. Suck it.
It doesn't. No.
That does. Yeah.
That does.
Because
No.
that's 2 weeks at a time with different groups of children, 14 that I'm living with 24 hours a day.
They sleep
Versus
in bed like
your
never
6 hours
mind.
of the day that you spend with them.
No.
And they like him.
And they like me. They
what?
like me
I
to the
want to
point
go with
that
Camp Alvin.
they still search me and find me on Instagram and Facebook and shit like that.
My kids find me too. I just can't. No, I ignore them. I can't.
Dave, I haven't seen them in years.
I think my kids try to find me. I'm too low key. They can't find me.
When you're that teacher that has to get really good at doing side hugs because you're like, stop hugging me, everybody, and you can't get that many hugs out. You got to give it's the hip. You got to place the hip between them. Oh, so you're
high fives.
You're just an evil teacher then.
No, I give high fives.
No, that's wrong.
See, we have this thing called Virtus. We're not allowed to touch the children.
See, if somebody's you're just wrong, Dave. If a child,
you're just wrong, Dave.
If a child wants to express themselves,
I can provide the correct family.
You don't hug them in a way. You don't hug them in a way that puts your genitals all up on their body. Which is exactly that's what you guys are afraid of. You're afraid of getting too close to the child and it becoming somehow sexual.
Well, that's what
that's
Dave
the
does.
whole reason for the verdict. But
But
if you place your hip between yourself and that person, there's only so close that they can get to you while you give them that hug and extend your body outward so that your genitals aren't touching. You're just providing that emotional
as much as I
interaction that they
love
were
the way
looking
that this
for.
conversation is going,
Well, Dave, like as I've said, I've worked with children for a long time.
you're just talking to a teacher who does it every day.
Okay.
Hey, I've been that teacher.
The correct household for her to grow up in. That's all I'm saying.
Dave doesn't know.
Dave doesn't know. So, all right, moving on. Just so our meeting's not
I think
forever.
we need to stay on this topic.
No, Dave, you will not
we-
do any rooting of this child. No upbringing
God
will come
damn it.
from your lips or hips or you touching her ever.
Stick bastard.
So, should we start seeking features or allow features to come to us?
I think we should just allow features to come to us for the time being. Like, because then we have to sell ourselves. You know?
That last statement I don't quite understand.
Well, like if someone's seeking us out, then that means like we don't have to do anything. They already want to be a part of what we have. Like, if we have to like go to Amaz and go, hey, Amaz, you want to stream our channel? He's gonna be like, well, what the fuck?
You definitely don't pick Amaz, one of the biggest
I know. I'm using
Hearthstone,
him as an example.
Hearthstone, and he's got his own operation going.
I know. I'm just saying.
He's not a super cool. There's only one super dude on this ship, and you know who it is. Yeah, look at him. I invented running away. And look at this. I have. But you know, tell us these things, and we all believe them. Oh, dare you shush it. So is right. Me and you, Captain. I think it should be all. Me? No. He cannot be Captain. I am the show. I am Captain anymore. He will not operate it. Anybody complicated and on one end like the other. No, I am not a leader, dude. I make sorts of mistakes. You are not make mistakes. My mistake is oh, hell! Go break it down! I still remember when things were broken. Like put together, the cracks were closing. I still remember when time was closing. What seemed forever was just a moment. Hurry up, hurry up.
It's free. Oh, he is crying.
No, you are supposed to be saying who is there.
Then who's gonna do that reaching out?
Well, I'm gonna be doing some of it. It'd be great if everybody did it.
I mean, do we want to split that task?
Yeah, I think it'd be good if everybody like did it, because it's just a matter of like actually watching Twitch then. One of the other things that I wanted to get to eventually in this meeting was that re-engineering Twitter. I mean, I said it a little bit last time, but like, re-engineering Twitter to basically be another recruitment platform for us, where we just basically, promo other streamers and interesting content and links to our own tournaments and other people's tournaments more so, more and more. But making it like a recruitment center where we find people the same as we're kind of finding them on Twitch. This process I'm talking about.
I think it would be a good idea then to make like an ad. Like one of the videos that you've like made already, I think it'd be a good idea to boost that post of a video saying, hey, looking for streamer, want to do some I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah. I get what you're trying to say, and yeah. I mean,
but for like recruiting.
Yeah, but we would need more budget for that, and we don't even have a current budget going right now for January. So
okay.
And I think our first budget should probably be honestly something very basic and like more suited for conversions, like right side column ads that are specifically talking about a tournament happening, some very like obvious tournament graphic. It's a free, and they're promoting the free tournament so that people are more likely to actually come click through.
Okay.
Yeah, and we did do some of this stuff in the past on our Instagram.
But I do get what you say, and like we could still like exactly what you said and promote that like the ways we've been promoting other things, which is, I mean, the way that we've gotten organic traffic lately would have cost us like roughly $100 or so, like if we paid for it. So we can still make that content and get it out other ways.
I like it. So yeah, let's make sure that we keep streaming at least once a week. The pattern has to start sometime. I streamed Monday late, but
like I do want to bring this up though. Like our Twitch stuff isn't getting any views.
It's because we're not doing it properly. And to be honest, I'm not doing it properly on purpose. It's just I'm going to get used to using the programs and so on and so forth, and then once I get the hang of it, I kind of want to explore.
Right, but like my Facebook stuff got over 400 views organically, and it reached almost 2,000 people.
Right.
So honestly,
keep going. I don't want to stop you.
Like, I mean, it's just my point, and I think we should stick to building up YouTube content, because in all honesty, the Twitch content can only stay on our Twitch page for a certain amount of days, and then it's lost. So, I mean, you can multi-record to YouTube and Twitch on XSplit. You can do that, but at the same time, I think it's best that you either stick to Facebook right now or YouTube. That way, we create like, at least we can maybe generate something eventually with YouTube content for YouTube views. But Twitch right now, I think we should just stick to our tournaments.
Well,
for streaming.
building off what Dave said before Lance goes, sorry. We alluded to this in the past, and the reason we decided not to is because we still want to, like, what you're saying is not incorrect. Prioritize Facebook and YouTube for video content, and specifically with YouTube for certain types of content that you want to go with is like title based. Something with a trendy title on YouTube. Facebook, it doesn't have to be a trendy title because the way we promote it, it's going to go out to those people who are going to get some views and shit. YouTube, it needs to be a trendy title, otherwise no one's ever going to find it. Twitch, we know we can get people of a certain game, and even if it's one or two at a time, it's like, if we were to get one or two at a time via Google search, that would be like 175 a click. 175 a click. That's how I'm thinking about it as like marketing and advertising and how to get people. It's you're paying something for each click. But on Twitch, we can go to that direct game and we can stream, and if you get one person in and you're able to engage with them, that's money that we didn't spend. It's a free engagement, and they can follow some other shit. And it's really relatable to them. So it's an audience. It's like turning down. It's like being an art company and turning down advertisement on DeviantArt for free. It's like, I'm not going to do that. That doesn't make, that's where everybody is in that industry. And so I don't think you shouldn't cut, all I'm saying is we shouldn't cut Twitch out. I agree with what you're saying where it should, stream to Twitch under a certain situation, like, it's going to be a long stream or something like that. Go ahead and include Twitch. That's how I kind of do it. Whenever I stream, I start on Twitch. And then as I'm ready and as I'm, fully prepared or whatever the hell, then I'll start streaming to other places, and I'll start on Twitch, and then I'll like queue up the logo screen and everything like that, and then I'll push play. I'm like, all right, Twitch, we're about to go live on Facebook, and then I'll start going on Facebook and other places like that, and I'll end the show somewhere else and start it, But you can keep Twitch going because Twitch can just be going. And you can be in that game sphere. If I did a live poll on Facebook and showed it on Twitch too in Smash Bros, that's not bad. It's like, oh, they have a Facebook poll going somewhere. Maybe I should hop on that.
Right. In all honesty, I want to make this other point before I forget. I think with YouTube, I think we need to keep our content short. I think we do need to make it like highlight titles or top 10 this or something that. Like you all play Overwatch.
Yeah, just see what's working. Look at what's working.
Right. And on Overwatch, you have a highlight section. It's if you ever have a play of the game, that's what you have. And I think you guys should be recording that. Any of those, if anybody gets a highlight, you guys should be recording that. And then maybe Alvin, you put the montage together of Lance's top plays of the week.
Well, that was
Alvin's top maze.
What you're saying right now was one other thing that I wanted to cover, and we could just say it really quickly. It doesn't need to be going deep into it. I think everybody get the idea how what Dave just said. I know he'll get it. Which is just having, as I developed this strategy for Jaren and moving him into, like, if I was going to move him into our process of like our social marketing and shit, would be to he would have that task of, as we collect these highlights. And save them to our YouTube individually. And as they save individually to our Twitch channel, for Jaren to then go through. Yeah, for Jaren to then go through and make highlight videos, kind of like our highlight video of the week or our top 10 videos and shit like that. Of those. So his job would then be to collect all the YouTube videos and make top 10 of, if I use this character, if I do that character, or, do a weekly wrap up from our the shit that we've done on Twitch so far. But that would be his task, where it's really simple and he can get better and faster at it as he gets used to them. But for us, it would help us to just have some type of regular content where we regularly have a top 10 video coming out of this character or that character, or of our our weekly content in general. So if we have like multiple streamers pop up in our Twitch, then it's like, oh, they have this segment happening, that, I missed this type of deal. But it's regular content that he can get used to making, and it's pretty straightforward.
You scare me so bad.
Yes.
Okay, I'll add my small little 2 cents. I think there's no real reason. There's so many benefits to Twitch. It's designed in a way that people come to support people that they like. Unlike Facebook, unlike all these other mediums that we would use, you monetize them differently. And I think the huge upside of people pay their bills by streaming on Twitch.
Right, but nobody's watching. Watching.
Somebody does come and watch, and eventually, and everybody that you go to, anywhere that you read anything about Twitch, it's the same thing. There was no one watching in the beginning, and there was no one watching for months, and there's not a single Twitch person that I've seen, or blog or forum, that said anything otherwise. No matter how many people they have now, or if they skyrocketed in one day, or if they've slowly they started to get a slow build every day since. But they all say the exact same story. So, which is
stream as much as you humanly possibly can.
Right.
And then as soon as somebody enters your stream, do not get off until they get off. And it's like currently, in our current lives, we can't do that. We're just not consistent enough. We don't do it as often. And I'm sorry, I have a daughter, it can only do so much. And that's our problem. That's why we're not building the momentum that we need, is because we're just not consistent enough with Twitch, with all of them really, and some of it's us not cross, advertising our stream. So going to where our audience is, Instagram. Hey, I'm streaming. I'm Dave Manos.
Right.
Man, come watch me do World of Warcraft. People will show up. The one time I did it, someone showed up. We had a small conversation. They wanted to talk and play, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm actually on Xbox. We can't play." And then that was kind of the end of it. And I've had people join my stream. It's just I have daughter problems. So
right. But really the point I just want to focus on is that if you're going to create short content, I'd like us all to have it done on YouTube.
Yeah, no, definitely. Short content, YouTube.
Right.
Facebook content can honestly go long, especially
Yeah.
because if it's live. I don't know if you've noticed yet, Dave, but if it's live,
I
the
would
longer you go, people
I would
keep
I would
popping.
honestly rather keep it under an hour for Facebook, just simply because I feel like that's as much as I think that your marathon stuff of anime is cool and all, I think that'd be better suited for like Twitch, since like again what Lance was saying is that you get off when they get off, and it's an organic thing where you can honestly talk to people easier
Well, yeah, and
on
I'm not
Twitch,
saying
and that's
that, but
kind of
it's
what
like,
Twitch is.
but
I
with
know,
Facebook,
I know. Just
I know.
let me just get through this point really quick. So like, I made a video of a quest, a demon hunter quest, and it was just that quest. The quest I literally knew was going to only be like 6 or 7 minutes, so I just uploaded it to YouTube, and that's the kind of content I like think that we should be having for that specifically. So I just want everybody to just be on that same page for like that aspect of streaming right now. Short content, YouTube. Long content, Facebook. Extremely long content should be honestly archived to Twitch and should probably be streaming to either YouTube or Facebook at the same time.
All right.
We need to
As a not a complete dissect, right on the head with Twitch. I think your assessment of Facebook is a little off. Due to my personal feelings with it, what I've seen, and then when you go over the analytics from the numbers, you can click on any of the posts. You can probably compare like your short ones or your not necessarily short. They'll be like 45 minutes or so up to an hour. You can compare that one to like one of the ones that I've done that's like 2 hours, or one of the ones that's been like 4 hours, like the max or whatever. And a lot of times I'll hit peak numbers around 2 hours in. And the reasons and there'll be multiple peak times. Like one time it'll peak at like 60, and then it'll peak at like 80, and then it'll peak at and it'll jump back and forth sometimes, or whatever the heck happens. And the reason why is because it's live to this large group of people, and as long as it's in that group, the way we're doing it on Facebook is as long as it's in that group, those people, it's a matter of when they turn their phone on and look at it, because the notification is coming to that group. So when did they turn their phone on, and it's going to pop up to them eventually, and so that's why we're catching people in the later also in those videos. And that's not, and so the only point to that is like, yeah, sure, an hour works. It's fine, and I think it's a lot better than just like some people are saying right now, just do like 15 minutes or 5 minutes on Facebook Live.
No,
I'm like no, that's way too little. An hour is good. You get at least a chance for that real spike to happen. But there's absolutely, I wouldn't rule it out for necessarily doing like a longer one too. Like, don't feel uncomfortable. Obviously, Twitch is the longest, so I think as far as tiering that, perfectly fine. But I don't want you to count that out, because if you're looking to get more people eventually, if I would have cut off one of those live polls that I did, if I was to cut off one of those, one of them did, the Smash Bros one, was out. It performed way better than the anime one, or the video game one, or the first person shooters and all that other shit. It performed so much better than that one, incredibly better, and like so much faster. The rate that it was doing was insane. That stream ran for 45 minutes. The other one ran for like 4 hours. And it almost caught up to it in reach and everything else. It was just a matter of and it was crazy. It was crazy. But if I'd have kept that one going, more people would have been able to see it live too. The views would have just been insane. For me to imagine, like, that could have broke like 250,000 people or more. We could have reached like half a fucking million people if that went for 4 hours. Honestly.
Right.
All right.
So I mean, it's just with my experience, honestly, that like I peak after about halfway through my videos.
Let me say this one thing. I'm with Alvin. I don't think you're wrong. I just don't think it's one or the other. I think it's both. You do both. You make small.
You don't.
Clips.
I'm just. I'm not saying.
Videos.
Yeah. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I like how you're doing it. It's perfectly fine. I'm just letting you know, like, if by chance you if you're like, oh no, I should definitely cut it off because this is how I get the most. That's not how you necessarily get the most. The most is this other option that you also have on top of that. You're gonna do good with that. It's gonna be good. And it's good content, but the most is this other option that you can also do when you have time to do it, because it's always more. So.
And so, one of the guys I watch on a regular basis, his name's Filthy Robot. and he makes a lot of content on Twitch, and then he transfers it to YouTube. And, you know, he goes to the Twitch conferences and stuff, and he seems like he's a pretty knowledgeable guy in the way this stuff operates. And so he's went through the analytics of different things, and he's listened to a couple people say, hey, look, these are the kinds of things you should do on YouTube. So his Twitch content obviously is just continual stream. When he's done, he's done. But when he streams that same content to YouTube, he breaks it into chunks. He breaks it by missions. So, you know, he has mission 1, you know, where he has a guy go through the video and mark where, you know, he stops and begins each mission. And then, you know, they just chop their video up in those sections, and then they make smaller portions for YouTube. Depending on how we integrate the information into YouTube, we can do the same thing. It makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, and that way we do accomplish what it is you're doing. So I don't think you're wrong. I just think that we shouldn't think it in such a linear way.
Right.
Like, literally, it'll all work. If you're entertaining and people like you, they'll watch you, period. They'll watch you in chunks. You know, I do it with people like who do podcasts, and, you know, all the motivational speakers I listen to, all the videos I send you guys, I listen to in chunks. I enjoy the content. It helps my life. And I'll come back to it when I have time. That's the thing about the whole new age. You watch media when you're ready for it. You know, that's what YouTube and all these different things have done. So, like, I think it works either way. If you can chunk your content, sure, we should chunk our content. But now we have to, you know, basically schedule somebody to do that. And then we have to change the way we stream, because then we should have a timer in the background saying, hey, look, this is when this ended and began. And, you know, we have to tighten up our streaming process, which makes us be more organized. But, you know, I don't think we're at a state where we're ready to be organized. Typically, that's what you guys kind of make us do. So, but before this goes on too long, we need to talk about the expense worksheet, because that clearly is the most important thing of this meeting. Mikey, go, please. We'll skip this part because that's obvious. Nobody's going to disagree with that.
What do you want about the expense sheet worksheet?
Well, we're just going to go through. We're going to pick what expenses we're comfortable with first, and then we're going to deviate the money, and then we're going to pick who's responsible for which bills, meaning which accounts they're going to come out of. Malin, you just hit a bunch of buttons, and that's frustrating.
Oh, by the way, before
All right,
the end,
go.
keep going.
How are you?
Nope, go.
If hold on. All right, it's open. I still think we should just like automatically just go ahead and stop paying for XSplit. If OBS is fine, there's no sense in paying for XSplit.
Well, I like XSplit's ability to stream to multiple places.
You can do that with OBS.
Isn't it like only through like Restreamo and shit like that?
I think so.
Yeah, see? I like
You don't
that
like that?
No,
Well, we
not
can
really. I like I'm almost torn to the point that like over the recent like last few days, I've almost been torn to the point of like making a video of like what I like about XSplit versus OBS and why I would keep both.
This is why I suggested XSplit over OBS, because XSplit overall is a better program.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like that. It's
How much is it per
XSplit.
month?
If I was gonna compare them to like computers and like so it was like XSplit would be iPhones for like, you know, the usability or whatever the fuck. And then
That is trash. It's not.
well, I don't
true.
even know if I can say that because well, yeah, no, they would be iPhones, and then OBS will be Windows because OBS is open source and it's obviously Windows, and XSplit is not. They're very much company owned, but the things that they have are so fucking useful.
How much is XSplit per month?
It would go. It gets better when you buy it by year. We're buying it by 3 months, and it's about $8 a month for 3 months, something like that. I would have to go to the website real quick.
I'm like, if it's not going to cost us anything to have OBS, I think the ability to multi-stream to XSplit like that, and then when we want to incorporate, you know, other streamers and shit like that, we could, you know, I know some of them might have OBS, but if we can then be like, no, you can also get the XSplit, and it's going to be, you know, we need you to add this bitch for free.
Yeah.
I
I mean, in all honesty,
it's easier.
I'm going to interrupt out to you really quick. If this is an issue, I'll pay for it.
Yeah, I think it just
Yeah,
the
I
restream
really
ability and some of the stuff that it has. Like I've just found myself like I'll use OBS for shit like when I need to do the live poll. There's certain things that I have to do via OBS. That's cool. Certain things that are better, like if you wanted to use like really high tech cameras, you want to use OBS, not XSplit, actually. Um, but if I'm just gaming and I want to be able to do, I don't know, it's still XSplit.
It's got it's got a better user interface.
I can
XSplit has
switch
a
between.
much easier XSplit. I mean, XSplit has a much easier user interface than OBS.
Yeah, if they didn't have the annoying shit with the stream keys everywhere,
Yeah,
that's where they kill themselves, is with the stream
Yeah,
keys
that's
and then
exactly
not
what
the ability to just save them in there. I'm like, I was just baffled that I could not save the stream key in any of these slots. That I have to honestly go and get the stream key every time.
every time.
Like what?
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, for 3 months it is $24.95, so $25. For 12 months it's $60 or $59.95, and then for 36 months it's $150 or $149.95. I don't know what's up with the random. I'm just off of.
I'm sorry, what was 6 months?
12 months is $60.
Okay.
I'm rounding it by 5 cents.
Okay. And 6 months was
36 months is 150. Again,
Well,
rounding it by 5
I
cents.
don't think we want to go to like multiple. I don't think we want to commit to multiple years because new technologies. Which is why I'm only like asking. Why I still want to know what 6 months is.
There's no 6 months.
There's no 6
There's no-
months. It's just a year.
There's
3 months or a year.
3,
Oh,
12,
in
or
3 months is like
36.
$24.
Yes, $24.95.
Oh, well, I don't think we should go to multiple years because new technologies and like at some point OBS could up their game a little bit more. And if you like right now, I think we should have both. Honestly, I think you should get used to both, and it's good knowledge. And there's certain things about like if you guys want to run your own polls and shit like that, and I can show you, or you can watch that YouTube video / Twitch video that I made that shows you how to do it. But as you guys start to do other shit like that, you know. I think it's more useful to have both of them because you can't do that on XSplit.
Right. Well,
It's
Mikey,
good for the
Mikey,
feature
hold
thing
on.
too.
Is Mikey do the cost? Mikey, just do the cost here.
Well, anytime I can reduce the amount of money we spend, yeah.
Yeah. So
But
I mean,
if you guys feel it's
Alvin, if you and I are
necessary,
fine with eating that,
I mean, we could
I'm-
if 60 is the year, I think that's not too bad to get
yeah, that's
It's
not bad.
$5 a month then.
to get out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing.
It isn't. It isn't nothing. But again, we want to put a lot of money in marketing. I understand why we want to, and this is one of those things that's taking away from it.
It is, but I think its ability for us to have the multi-stream up that way, because like I said, the newest thing that our newest feature that we've done to get the most reach has been through OBS, which is props to OBS, but almost everything else is currently still run, I think, a lot easier through XSplit. And there's some features about OBS that I do like, but the multi-streaming factors, and then I still haven't been able to test out everything with lag on all games and shit like that. So to cut out XSplit at that point, it just doesn't make sense to me.
All the top streamers use XSplit, like period. Every single one of them.
I think
That's not true.
I think OBS has its
not
prominences.
No, it is.
It's good, and I think maybe it's best for if we were doing like a talk show type of element or something like that.
Or just a single game.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true either.
I'm like, you could say
It's
a single
platform.
game. Yeah, I'm like, it's quicker if you're going. OBS loads up quicker actually, and depending on the game, and how heavy it is, I think you'll find different situations where one works better than the other. You'll start to see it too. But from marketing aspects right now, I think having both is the most beneficial. I'll just leave it at that.
All right, I'll dabble with one, but I'll probably just go with the one I'm most comfortable with, which is XSplit.
Mm-hmm. I
There
mean,
are a few
you should
features that I do
still
think
start. I still learn OBS and do some streams with it.
Yeah. I was
But
dabbling.
you're gonna see some. There's still gonna be the learning curve to the new guy, and then there's gonna be the learning curve to the actual live streams. Like I think you got finding those settings and adjusting shit. So.
I mean, really, the only difference between the only thing that we're paying for is to not have the watermark of the XSplit thing.
That's not true.
No, but literally, you can stream with the basic content.
Yeah, at extremely low.
Yeah,
like, setting.
they drop other shit in it that they're not.
I
reporting to.
understand that. It's just I'm looking at it from a, if we just wanted to use it at its basic form.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, but we'll pay for it. I really don't have a problem. It really is only $5 a month, and there were certain things that I was definitely going to incorporate no matter what.
I really do not care. I'll pay the $60 for the whole year. I don't give a shit.
Alvin,
Yeah, I mean, we should still split as much as possible, but yeah.
Alvin, what's the further marketing expenses for YouTube and Facebook reach?
Mhm.
I know you have under there 120 and 150, and I know this is going to be kind of a redundant question, but what's the lowest you would feel that would still work, but would be scraping the bottom of the barrel?
Strictly into ads.
Strictly just for just under marketing expense, we had $120 a month for YouTube and $150 a month for Facebook reach.
And those were specific to ads, but this really will be what we're going to give towards Facebook. So if it's changed since then, we need to know. This is, hey, in general, what you want to do on Facebook, how much money do you need to do that?
And like the scraping the bottom of the barrel. And the only reason I ask is just to get a low end range, a medium range, and like an optimal or whatever. And I know obviously the more money the better, but
Let's see.
and keep in mind it can scale over time too. As we host tournaments, we make more money, things like that.
Right. Let me see something else. Jesus. I mean, that's so low. Bottom of the barrel. I'm like, there's two ways we could go about that, but we want to go conversions.
Because you said before to give you space, I wanted to unscrunch your face and make you happier. Make me happier?
I mean, at least $100 a month would be like the bottom of the barrel. Like, if we
For
were like,
YouTube or Facebook?
For Facebook, if you're taking like seriously, like I'm like, at
yeah,
least.
I'm talking bottom of the. I'm talking as low. We're talking limbo low.
Because I'm like, I feel like 50 is like you're not taking it seriously there.
That's the other side is obviously we want to still have an impact. Right. We don't just want to be wasting it or not then now hurting our growth significantly.
Right, because I'm like, I feel like if we put at least $100, this is what I'm thinking. I'm just gonna tell you like how I'm thinking about it. If we put at least $100 in, and we were doing only right column, like side right column ads, and I say side right column because it's a lot more adsy looking, and if somebody's gonna click on that right column, then they're on their computer, and they've just agreed to click on an ad because the ad content is just so fucking intriguing to them. It wasn't an accident. Nobody accidentally clicks on the fucking right column Facebook ads because it's hard to get to. But I would do strictly those because there's the click-through rate technically would be pretty good, but there might not be a lot of click-throughs because of the type of content it is. So the money spend wouldn't necessarily, our spend wouldn't go crazy, and we'd reach a lot of people, but our spend wouldn't go crazy. And if we spent enough, I think there's a good possibility that we could fill up the tournaments just from doing that. I think if we put it in the news feed or something like that, the cost is just too high. And then Facebook will find some way to fuck us, and they'd be like, "Oh, you need to be spending thousands of dollars to get that conversion for those free tournaments." Like, no. Versus, I think it is possible with the right column. I'd experiment with. They have like an ad network where it could just go out to people's apps and shit like that. But I think, and that would like definitely increase the traffic to our website. And it would be traffic who from people that Facebook say are interested in Smash Bros or whatever the hell. But I think a lot of it would be accidental traffic, like your thumb accidentally slipped when you were clicking when you were on this app or on this web page or something like that, or you accidentally click. I think a lot of it does come through that way. Although the experience that I have with this type, you'll see a fuck ton of we go from like 200 people a week to it'd be like you reach 10,000 people, from what like at least.
Yeah, make us feel good.
Yeah, you definitely get to feel good, and a lot of those people may come back. It's not saying that it won't work, because if they land there and it's good content, then cool, random ass find. I'm not gonna be mad if I accidentally land on a website that gives me free video games, but at the same time, I think a lot of those are accidents versus the right column where it's them seeing an ad. So that said, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'd say at least $100, man. If we wanted to do $50, like that's just if it was 50, and I only went through all that because I'm like, we could do 50, but 50 would not feel like we're taking it seriously, and it would be like, even if if that's for the month, I think that has the ability to maybe fill up, it could fill up 2 tournaments, and at least get enough people, like, because we're doing other methods of getting people's attention. But it could do that. It's
but
really not, yeah, but it's really not enough to like really send us over. I don't know, not just from that. That's just like kind of like, okay, we're doing 50 until we can do, some, I don't know.
All right, same question for you. Absolute lowest for you.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah. So if you want to call that the bottom where I don't. Well, you said not that doesn't make us not move, but I think the bottom where you maybe, with the grace of God, would move, at 50 for Facebook, maybe, uh, or it might just kind of go. You're gonna get some clicks. Some people are gonna come through. That's the only way they're gonna come through, just because that's the only way I set it up. But realistically, I'd say those people are going to cost at least anywhere between $1.80 and like 9 cents. I don't think they're not going to drop below 9 cents. It would be great if we got them below 9 cents, but I don't think so. But they would cost anywhere between $1.80 and 9 cents, and we'd be spending $50.
First stop. I am very nervousing. I know what my heart guides me. Sense the wind in my ears. I can do great things. Chicago, I will break and enter your homes.
I will break and enter your homes.
That's all we need right now, Lance, actually.
Yeah. Sorry about that roundabout.
No, that's okay. And I'd rather, it's one of those, obviously, I know that the more we spend, the faster we fill up everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's one of those, if I can at least have an idea of, hey, this is the bottom, so don't go lower than this.
Yeah.
Obviously, the more we add, you'll obviously know where we want to put it to have the more
Right.
reach effect. And
right, yeah, because I mean, a lot of it needs an experiment. We need to find the perfect audience, and like hopefully, I would want to, if we were gonna launch some fresh ones, I would like target everybody that currently engaged with our Smash Bros post that we just did that reached 65, 70,000 people, whatever the fuck. We just target those people, and that would be hopefully a lot cheaper. But yeah, I think that last portion I got to was probably the best interpretation of whether it was $50 or whether it was $100. No matter what we spent, I think the lowest we would probably see in terms of like cost per click for a generic ad, and I should specify these two too, for a generic ad, so something that's like promoting a tournament or any other feature type of deal that we wanted to get people to. I think the lowest we would get is between $9 or 9 cents and $1.80, like, because I don't see it going higher than that. But on the other side, if we were to do some type of random ass ad that was like, we saw like Okay, so like Tracer Origins, or the Reflections, whatever the fuck, the Overwatch thing where Tracer's gay. If we were to have wrote an article about Tracer being gay and then put that on our page, and then we wanted to run an ad on that, and strictly like Overwatch related people and shit like that, that click through or that cost per click would possibly be below 9 cents because it would probably get get eaten up by people that are already interested in Overwatch, and it's not selling anything. But that would get a lot of people through to the site that normally wouldn't see the site, and the cost per click would be a lot lower. But that's not, eventually we can move into that type of advertising and shit like that. But that's not what we're going for. But just to get you an idea of like what type of content is going to be cheaper versus what we're doing for a conversion of a sale, which is a little bit more expensive.
Okay. Nope, we're good, Lance. That's all I needed.
We're not gonna pick one other level, at least one, right?
One
We
other
already
level.
know. We already know what the next level is. The next 2 levels are.
Oh, we don't. Oh, you're right, because it's the typical one that was already there, and then.
Well, we have the typical, and then you could just. We already know that. I know that from the proportion and ratio that Alvin had last time, that you would just keep that up, and it just scales that way until we start to get more than that. Which I think anything more than that is too much right now.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then at that point, we can literally all it'd be doing is reassessing 2 numbers.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
So
I get that.
I think what I'm going to do here is, and to me, I think it's a better option. Kind of tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday evening, most likely tomorrow. I'm just going to message each one of you. We'll see what everybody's comfortable with, and then from there, what they say, I'll plug it into here, and we'll have an idea of kind of where we are, where we need to be, and if there's a little bit extra, then I'll hit up Alvin and say, hey, we got a little extra. Where do you want to throw it?
Cool.
Okay.
We'll be done. It'll take us not long at all. And then from there, we'll just pick things. It doesn't matter who's responsible for what, as long as we add up to whatever their number is.
Right. And I mean, there's going to be a little money transfer, no doubt. It's just
yeah.
To limit that and to make sure that, it's all split and it's not all dependent on one person.
No, that's fine. That's fine. And I'm happy to keep track of that. So, but yeah, tomorrow that'll be done because I'll just want to message each person individually. And I think there's a reason I have for it, and I think it's going to work out nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
I can get along with that. We'll go with that then.
Donkey Punch.
And that's definitely our meeting. There's not anything else on the list other than Alvin's overlay idea. It's starting to rest with me. It's starting to make a lot more sense. It's a really good thing for us to do. So I think we should spend some time thinking of different kinds of overlays, whether that be you sitting down and going, hey, let me look up some overlays and some cool ideas Alvin can convert, then we'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely worth some energy. It's worth some effort.
Yeah, because I think, in generally, like, it can be so simple and so, like, the things that you find and, like, think of that, like, you could think it's so basic, but maybe I didn't think of it, or maybe Lance didn't think of it. But, like, I'm thinking, obviously, we like, as guys, kind of darker image shit. But for a girl who's doing Twitch, they like shit with like, oh, it's pink and it's got fucking bunnies, or it's pink and it's got I'm quite honestly, I see a lot of fucking bunnies. It's pink and it's got bunnies, or it's got cats on the side of it, and then the background image changes. Like I think Dave, you put it in one of our files, so I know what you're talking. And then you should have some idea of this, but like they'll have the stream overlay, and the colors will change on the overlay image, like the hue will change. It'll be like a blue and a green or whatever the fuck. But making that an available type for people to download,
That's dope.
Yeah, it would be really, really dope. And like we can obviously not only offer them still image type, but like Lance's that says the infinite, but we put some other title up there like just MMG. Throw our logo in cool places, but give them a general dope ass overlay that you can't fucking find. Nobody's gonna make you this fucking thing, unless you learn it yourself. But being the place where people can find those dope ass ones, I think that'll be a really nice thing. As long as we, another thing that we really need to start doing is going through our webpage. As long as we make them nice and SEO appropriate. So nice and searchable by Google and stuff like that. Because it's a new year and they're going to be crawling pages, and they do it all the time anyways, but, fresh crawls. So making sure we have lots of words on our pages that talk about what each page do, what we do. You know, they don't need to be saying much gaming a lot, but they do need to be talking about, if it's Smash Bros tournaments, saying that like multiple times on the page. It has to be multiple times wherever the fuck that page is talking about, whatever the hell it's talking about.
I like it.
Yeah. Cool. I think we're
All right.
good.
Yeah, that's good. If I stream a little bit later, is anybody gonna be playing by any chance?
Yeah,
No.
I'll be playing.
Get up. I'm in bed.
Proud of you guys for streaming more recently too. Okay.
All right. See you guys later.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
And that do it. That how it do. We close out.